Alright guys, so we got a 2018 Tahoe in today and it's having some electrical issues, some communication issues with some modules. So I went to probing around on the DLC and I found that we only had 120 ohms on our chassis high-speed CAN network. Now this vehicle has multiple networks that it's broken out into. You can see that based on the data link connector, you've got a high-speed GM LAN network, you've got an object high-speed, a chassis high-speed. There's multiple networks on the vehicle, but the one that we're concerned with today is going to be the chassis high-speed, and that's terminal 12 and 13 in our DLC. So as you can see here, we're pinned into 12 and 13 on our DLC connector, and that's giving us a reading of 60 ohms, 60.5. Now that is a good reading, but before, the only reading I could get from this point was 120 ohms. So what that told me is that one of my terminating resistors was not on the network, or we had some sort of break in the CAN wires on that particular network. So let's track that network down. So one of the main issues with this vehicle is that many of the modules will communicate on multiple networks. So just because this power steering control module is connected to the high-speed serial data 2, it's also connected to the high-speed serial data 1. So you have multiple networks connecting with these modules, which kind of makes tracking them down a little bit more tricky. So the way I go about it is I pull up the OE diagram. So this is the non-OE diagram that shows all of the wiring. The way I attack it usually is pull up the OE diagram for this particular system so I can isolate it to just this chassis high-speed network. So this right here that you're looking at on paper is just one of the CAN-bus networks in the vehicle. And now the way this is laid out makes it a little bit easier to see. If you see the whole chart here, you can see we've got one terminating resistor down here at the bottom, and it's in our inflatable restraint sensing module, which is our airbag module. And then on the other end of the network, you've got another 120 ohm resistor, and it's in our electronic brake control module, or ABS module. So those two terminating resistors are at each far end of the network, and when you read the resistance here at the DLC, which is basically roughly in the middle of the network, you should get 60 ohms if both of these terminating resistors are on the network. Well, right now I'm only getting 120 ohms at our DLC at these two pins. So the reason why that is happening was because I was picking up the 120 ohm resistor from the airbag module. Now the reason I knew this is because I could unplug this module and my reading of 120 here at the DLC would go to 0 or go to open line. So I knew that the resistor that I was reading is actually our inflatable restraint resistor and not our EBCM resistor. So what I did was, since I knew that I had 120 here, I needed to figure out if I was where exactly it was coming from, but I know that our 120 ohm resistor here is the one that we're actually reading, so that tells me that everything within this circuit here, all the way up to the DLC, is good. This whole part of the network, all the wires, all the modules, all of this stuff is intact all the way up to the DLC. It shows that our issue is on this leg. It is from this side of the resistor in the EBCM that is causing our issue. So what you do is you go back to each one of these points. 3 and 13 is at the junction block under the driver side, and I checked for 120 ohms there. We did have it there. Then I checked for 120 ohms at this side. I had it there as well. So what that's telling me is that the resistance from this here is making it all the way up through the DLC, through the junction box. It made it all the way to this connector here. I tested this connector and we had 120 ohms there. I tested for 120 ohms at the cruise control module. We had it there. And we also had 120 ohms at this connector right here, which is X125. So I kept following it around and I checked X182, which is our other connector. We had 120 ohms there as well. So what that tells me at that point is that I'm reading everything from this resistor all the way up through the network, through the DLC, through this part, and up to this connector, so that we know that everything up to this point right here from this whole side of the network is correct. Now I also checked on the other side, which is the same connector. It goes in and out of this connector when it flows through to the power steering control module, and I also had 120 ohms at this connector as well. So what that tells me, with this disconnected, with this connector disconnected, I've got 120 ohms at both legs here, telling me that I'm also picking up the 120 from the EBCM right here. So I know that our wiring and our suspension control module is intact because I'm getting 120 ohms from this resistor to this point right here. And I'm also getting 120 ohms to this point right here from the airbag module, which is all the way down here. So because I'm getting 120 at both of these points, our issue is going to be in the power steering control module right here. Either the power steering control module itself or possibly the wiring harness that feeds that control module. This is where I need to investigate, and I'm going to have to check the wiring and stuff here as well. But we know that our issue is in here, and let me show you how I can confirm that. So since we know that both sides of our network have 120, what I'm going to do is jump the, basically bypass the power steering control module. So these two wires right here completes our CAN bus connection going to the power steering control module by just jumping them. So it takes the power steering control module out of the network completely. And once I did that, once I jumped those wires there, now we've got our 60 ohm reading. Now our network is intact, everything is reading, everything is working. So what that tells me at that point is that our issue is definitely within the power steering control module or the harness itself that is attached to the power steering control module. So I'm going to go check the harness to make sure it's not part of that power steering control harness, and if it's not, then we're going to have to swap the power steering control module in this vehicle, and that should cure our issue. But that's a little bit of CAN-bus diagnostics for you.